you to listen. You can take down notes and you can also participate in our conversation. Feel free to do that because this is for all of us. We need to be inspired now more than ever because the call for pride is louder. Imagine 10 years ago, we didn't have such big celebration. My first pride was back in 2017. I hosted a pack of 8,000 people gathered in Marikina. The year after, it became 30,000 people. And then the year after, though I wasn't present, I was so amazed with the massive amount of people who attended that pride. 70,000 people. Imagine that exponential growth, and that means queer people are now making a difference. Right? Right? So, marami ng oportunidad at palakasin pa natin yon because younger people are awaiting for their stars to light up. We are making things happen for them so that they too can dream. They too can see the possibilities. And these leaders that we are talking to this afternoon, they will tell their stories and the lessons that they've learned through being leaders in their own rights. Kaya naman, if you want to record portions of their talks, I say portions of their talks, on your Instagram account, feel free to tag hashtag Lead Loud and Proud and hashtag Payoneer. Okay, so we can share the learnings that we will be learning this afternoon.
Surprised when I was talking to her earlier. Like, okay, Mela, ito yung event. Yan, sabi niya, mag-present ba ako? Sabi ko, hindi, host ka. Ano ka ba? Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction, Mela. And happy Pride to everyone. Thank you for coming out today. Coming out today for this event. And yes, so as Mela mentioned, I'm very happy to have her as my host for this event because she is the epitome of Lead Loud and Proud. Obviously naman, no, di ba? Parang she's an LGBTQIA plus advocate. Like, she's advocating for schools to be more inclusive. She's advocating for the SOGI law to happen. Yeah, so like, she's a proud and loud leader for the LGBTQIA plus community. So that's why she's the perfect person to host, to moderate this event. And thank you very much for saying yes to this. And then yes, as part of the LGBTQIA plus community, I also try my own little ways to celebrate and uplift the community. So back in 2018, I organized the Pride event as well, and then I also like try to have SOGI 101s sa workplace, like with my office mates or like little ways lang, ganyan. And then I also hosted a queer-oriented podcast with my best friend who is right over here, V-Pods, yan, or John, thank you. Okay, yeah. And we had Mela as our guest there, actually. So yeah, and then now with my work in Payoneer, also thank you to Payoneer for providing me the funds for letting me do this for the community. And it's also time to highlight the LGBTQIA plus leaders in the outsourcing industry, right? Because the outsourcing industry is our key market here in the Philippines. So it's time to highlight the leaders, the LGBTQIA plus leaders in this industry. And actually, I remember back in 2018, one of our customers in Davao, she's a transgender woman. She is a registered nurse, and then she wanted to work abroad in Australia, but the show money kailangan like malaki. And she didn't have the funds. And then, buti na lang she discovered being a digital entrepreneur, a virtual assistant. So now she has a virtual assistance agency, and then she's also paying it forward to like ang hinahire niya out of school youth and also LGBTQIA plus community leaders. Kasi like, I think tayo-tayo din yung magtutulungan, mag-uplift sa community na to. And then, yeah, with that story, we got inspired to highlight more. Kanina pa hina-highlight? Highlight more LGBTQIA plus leaders in this industry. So I wanted to say thank you also to our speakers and panelists for today. Mela, kung gusto mag-present, pwede rin naman. Chris Eugenio of PFIP. So later on, he will be our keynote speaker. And then we have two amazing panels later on. So our panelists would be Cindy Burdett of All Care, King Santos of Jobden, and Lenore Metier. Okay, and then MK De Guzman of KMC. Thank you very much, KMC. This event is powered by KMC. Thank you for welcoming us here at your beautiful home. Wow. Okay, and then LA Garcia of the VA Hub. Wala naman ako nakalimutan. Thank you very much. And thank you to the Painter team. Thank you to Ian team of our mayor agency for putting this all together. And of course, thank you to our media friends and to our attendees. Welcoming remarks nga pala to. Okay. Alright, yeah. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce our next speaker who will talk about about Payoneer, how Payoneer helps outsourcing in the outsourcing industry.
I hope you set me up for success. Yes, I always say that when we're given the microphone, when we're given the stage, we take it and we turn it to Beyonce. I was telling Tish earlier, I just came from like a 5-hour budget deliberation meeting. I started my day at 6 a.m. And it's one of those hellish days. But I could not pass up this opportunity because I know that I'll be speaking to folks who are working in the outsourcing industry. And honestly, I wouldn't be here if I hadn't built a career in this same industry. This very accepting and very rewarding industry. So I'm here talking to you today for two reasons. One, I am here not as a representative of the entire LGBTQIA community in the Philippines. I can never do that. I can only speak of my lived experiences. But the reality is that many of us are not given the voice. Many of us are not given the microphone. Many of us are not even invited in forums like this. I'm going to be the LGBTQIA narrative, but I hope to be able to share a bit of my story, and again, the work that I do in breaking down barriers, and also in upholding and promoting the business case for LGBTQI inclusion in the Philippines. That's number one. The second is for a very selfish reason. I'm here because I'm here for my 20-year-old self who was starting in the corporate world, who was told that you're too effeminate, that you will not succeed in the corporate world if I don't mask up. I'm here for my 30-year-old self who was also rising up the ranks, who was a new manager, who was told, oh, stop posting about your dating life on Facebook because that's not a good look. I'm here for my 35-year-old self, the first director and the first openly gay person in our global steering committee, but was told that some of my conduct was unbecoming because I was too gay. And I'm here as a 40-something and still struggling because I really do feel in some days that I have to work 10 times harder than my hetero counterparts. Because I will never be one of the boys. I will never be invited to golf. I will never be invited to the girly bars. And you know how, you're from KMC, those from KMC know this. You know how decisions are made. You know where some big decisions are made, right? And I'm never going to be one of the girls either, because I refuse to play the part of the gay best friend. So I'm not going to be, the office marites shopping buddy.
Cindy Burdett of allcare.io. And by the way, she was a beauty queen back then. Tama? Ayan. Hello, Cindy.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening to everyone. Teka, baka,
I think ito. Ayan.
baka kainin tayo. Walang ganito sa bundok. Ayan. Hello, hello, hello.
Ayan po.
Okay lang, narinig niyo naman yata ako.
Yes, ayan. Ayan. Cindy, bumati ka ulit.
Hello, good evening everyone. Like Mela said, I've known her since college and totoo po, sobra kaming maglaitan. To a point na umiiyak na ako. Sabi ko, bakit po ganyan sila sa dollhouse? Pero sabi nga nila, ganun daw sila magmahal. So bumawi na lang po ako. Gumandi na lang ako. And then through the years, like Mela shared, I've been happy to witness her growth also in her own space, but at the same time make my own path. A very colorful and very, I would say, complicated path I wish to share today. And I hope it would inspire some of you here and maybe even answer some of the questions that you have. So please, if you have any questions for me or what we do in All Care or the many things that I do in between, please feel free to ask me tonight.
Yay! Thank you so much, Cindy. Looking forward to your stories. And now is another friend of ours. Well, I consider him a friend because he's letting us experience the beauty of KMC. Kaibigan natin ang nagpapatuloy sa atin ngayon. So what it's like to lead such a huge company that houses different workers. Because this is a co-working space in which everyone is welcome and everyone can coexist. What a beautiful landmark for KMC. So to talk about his leadership here, let's all welcome the Assistant Vice President for Service Delivery and Operations here at KMC Solutions, Neil Socorro de Guzman. Hi, Neil.
Thank you. And good evening to everyone. Thanks, Mel. Well, first off, welcome to KMC Solutions. Hope you guys like the space. This is one of our newest space that we built in the middle of pandemic and one of the largest too. So, glad you guys are here. And talking about diversity, we have a diverse range of clients and hence we respect each and everyone here. So, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the warmth. Thank you. It is home for us in the next hour of our conversation. And last but definitely not the least, we had a great conversation a while ago, and I'm looking forward for her to share her stories. In fact, while we were working, while we were talking earlier this afternoon, I was told that she was a pageant queen herself, competing in Binibining Pilipinas in 2004 and 2007. Though she claims that it was a roller coaster ride on her end, but that ride led her to places to simply hold on to her identity and hold on to her passion. She's a beautiful Morena with a beautiful cause. Let's all welcome Pioneer Senior Customer Success Manager, Patricia Francisco. Hi, Pat.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here and to be conversing with you. Again, if you have questions, feel free to butt in along the way. Just raise your hand and we can accommodate them. So, Cindy, Pat, and is possible. Gone are the days that we don't have leadership platforms. And once we own those spaces, I'm pretty sure, like Chris, we will all be Beyonce. Beyonce be with all of you and happy Pride, everyone. Let's have some snacks. Take care. Photo op muna. Ayan.
First with our speakers and Monique and Docs Jen.
Yes, there you go.